Ciao, ciao, everyone. It's Lindsay coming at you from Tuscany, Italy, where I am currently at for the next 2 months. As you can see, I am in bed. It's about 11:15 at night here. I just got out of the shower and I was getting ready to go to bed. But as I was sitting here, I was thinking about things that I could share because today is actually my 14th month travel anniversary. Yes, about 14 months ago, I left the United States with nothing but a small backpack, and it's been quite the adventure since then. And I've had quite a few people recently reach out to me or comment on my YouTube channel or on Facebook and say to me that, oh yeah, like I'm getting ready to do what you're doing. I'm going to be taking a trip and keep the videos coming. And this is something that I like to do for fun because people have asked me questions, whether it be somebody I know or somebody I don't know. And I do like to share what I have learned along the way. So if you have been watching my videos and you have a personal question that is either pertaining to travel or to preparing for travel or about life in general, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to share. I'm an open book in terms of my experiences with travel, the good, the bad, the ugly, the financial part, everything. So thanks. But I did want to take a few moments to share what I would have done to prepare myself for travel, knowing what I know now. So I want to preface this whole entire video by saying that my top piece of guidance or advice, I would say, is that you can do all the research in the world. You can watch my videos or listen to my blog, or read my blog or read other people's blogs, but ultimately educate yourself, but then do whatever the hell that you want to do. Because before I started traveling, I would read different travel blogs, and sometimes it would almost be like demotivating because there would be such specific advice of how much money to save or this or that and the other. And ultimately, like, I ended up not really following any of it and figured things out for myself. And I think that's kind of part of the fun, is that you have to create the type of trip that you want, and you might not know it at the moment. I didn't really know. I knew that I just kind of wanted to go out there and see what happened, and my trip has turned into me volunteering and meeting different people and living with different married couples and single people and families, and really getting to know them and becoming part of the community. So that's kind of the route that my trip took. But there's things that you'll figure out once you start traveling. So if you still have a bunch of questions in your head as to like, well, what am I going to do and where am I going to go and blah, 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 like, you don't have to have them all answered. Just get out there and start traveling, and the questions will answer themselves. But I would like to share a little bit of how you can prepare yourself for travel if you're going to do some long-term travel. Now, long-term travel is more about a lifestyle versus like an extended vacation, because every day of your life you're traveling and you're doing different things. So I do want to walk through a couple things that I've experienced this past year, and I tend to travel slower. So I'm not like going on the fast-paced, amazing race type of adventure through cities. Like, I tend to pick a location and stay there for 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, and even up to 3 months to really get connected with the community and be able to make friends and hopefully learn a little bit of the language, which has become more challenging than I thought. So with that said, I do end up spending quite a bit of time by myself. So the thing that you can do to prepare yourself for travel is really work on who you are as a person. I know that sounds really vague, but like your self-confidence and being able to approach people and being able to communicate your ideas clearly to other people, and being confident and being able to walk through cities and navigate cities by yourself. And also self-awareness, because when you are sharing your life with different cultures and people from all around the world, you really have to have a great self-awareness about how you speak and how you move your body, and also be very observant about how other people do that as well, so that you can adapt to the situation and not, offend anybody or step over your boundaries. Like, I've had people tell me jokingly, like, oh, Americans are so open, like oversharing always, because I am an open book, and we're just we have that stereotype in the world. And it's never gotten me into trouble, but there are times when people just kind of jokingly say, like, oh, Lindsay, yeah, oversharing again. But that would be the one thing, is working on like your self-confidence, your self-awareness, and kind of what you want as a person, like what you think about. The next thing that I would say is simplicity. Now, for me, I chose to travel with nothing but a small backpack. Like, I'm talking 40 liters small. Like, I have very minimum stuff, and it keeps my travels very simple, because that's what I like. I like to focus on the people and the places, not on having to haul around all my stuff. And for me, it's been great, and I can honestly travel off a lot less. And yes, there's times where I'm like, oh my god, I just went like some high heels and I want to look cute and wear a dress that's not been worn 50,000 times this past year. But at the end of the day, I really don't care. It's really served me well, and it's saved me a lot of money on baggage fees, and it's just been really a lifesaver for me in regards to being able to travel and have everything easily carried on my back. And if you're curious as to exactly what I left the United States with, I did do a blog post about it that's like detailed down to like the Tylenol I think I brought, or like the medical kit, which I never used. But so that's that. The next thing after simplicity and developing a lot of self-awareness is really developing your ability to go with the flow. I can't tell you how many times I'm a go with the flow kind of person. Like, I don't really get super stressed out. Like, if I miss a train, or if this happens, or shit hits the fan, like, I'm able to kind of just like go with it, and I have the mindset of, okay, it's happening for a reason. Let's just go with it. There's a reason it's all happening, and it's probably to save me or protect me from something, or because I'm meant to do something more great. So being able to go with the flow when you're in groups of people, or there's been times where it's like I'm seriously in a car with people speaking another language that I met that are travel friends, and I'm like, where are we going? What are we doing? There's a lot of time where people just don't communicate to you as to like what's going on. So it's like, okay, like I guess we'll just figure this out. Like, all right. So that's another thing, is just being able to, I guess, like be more relaxed and go with the flow. And number 3, I guess this would be, or number 4, I don't know, I'm really bad at numbering videos, would be get comfortable with getting out of your comfort zone, because you will most likely be out of your comfort zone almost every single day when you're traveling. At least something simple. Like, it's been stuff that's like shocked me, where it's like going to the bathroom sometimes like gives me anxiety, because there's so many different types of toilets in Europe, and I'm like, oh my god, I hope I know how to flush this toilet. And like, you think it sounds like so moronic, like it's a freaking toilet, but sometimes it's like a button on the wall, other times it's like a string you have to pull. It's just it's this whole thing. So that's like obviously a more funny example, but anything from getting on buses to going into a restaurant to like order food, to going on a hike by yourself, whatever the adventure might be, it's you're going to be pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. So I challenge you now in your hometown to like go to a restaurant by yourself, go to a coffee place and strike up a conversation with somebody that's by themselves, go to a brand new place that you've never been and take a day trip, and try taking public transportation versus your car, because it's a whole set of different challenges when you do that. And just like little stuff like that you can start doing while you're in your hometown to kind of get you prepared to just like grab a bag and just go. And the next thing would be, and I'm going to kind of make this my last one so that this video isn't like super duper long, but I would say the most important thing, and why I saved it for last, is to like have an attitude of gratitude, because everywhere that you go, at least for me in my experience, like I have met so many great people and have had like a lot of great things happen, because I'm just so thankful and so grateful, and I let people know that. Like the meals that they share, or if they give me a ride, or they give me guidance, or something like that along the way. Like, this is something that I've dreamt about for years, and being able to travel. And for me, I'm 31 years old. It's something that, you know, I wish I would have started 10 years ago, but I chose the professional route in my 20s. But I meet so many people that are younger and older, and it does not freaking matter how old you are. Like, there's somebody out there that's traveling that's similar to you. So if you need that inspiration, like YouTube it, Google it, find somebody out there that you're like, holy shit, like that's kind of me. Whether it's somebody like me where you're in your 30s and you're single and you've kind of done the professional route, like I had a good job. I have my master's in business. I spent time building up a career, but it to me it finally was like I don't need to continue that route. Like I right now it's like I have no freaking clue what I'm gonna do in the future. I have ideas, but I think that's the one thing for travel with me. It's really helped me realize like what's important in my life, and you know the experiences far outweigh anything that you know I could have bought in the United States or built in the United States or whatever it might be. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, just developing an attitude of gratitude and being thankful for all the experiences that have come your way or will come your way, because some will be great, some will be weird, some will be unexpected, some will be, you know, maybe not the greatest experience, but at least being able to lay down every single night and be thankful for something. That is just a life practice, not even a travel practice, a life practice. But it's something that you can start now, because I think people feel that and they sense that energy within you when you're a person that you come with an attitude of you know, how can I help you and what can I do, and I'm so thankful to be here. Thank you for opening your home to me or your restaurant or whatever it might be. So anyway, those were kind of some of the things that I thought of that you can start preparing yourself for travel. But above all, it's you can't prepare yourself fully. Like just like you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow at home, you're not going to know what's going to happen tomorrow with traveling, and that's just the beauty of life. Like I think some people think that this whole travel thing is so complicated and there's so much to figure out. It's not. It's not. Yes, there is shit that you do need to figure out along the way, but there's shit in your life you need to figure out along the way too. So I can assure you that you will be more than capable of figuring out travel kind of once you get out there, and you're going to have your moments where shit will happen. Trust me, I've had mine, I've gone through it, but there will also be those moments that like you seriously just like every cell in your body is just like alive. Like you'll be looking at something beautiful, you'll be tasting something beautiful, you'll be laughing so hard at a joke that your new travel friend told or something like that. And it's just like you'll have those moments where you're like, holy crap, I'm doing this thing. So anyway, if anybody has any further questions or any specific questions for me, as always, feel free to reach out. And I wish everybody happy travels. Now it's time for me to go to sleep. So good night. Bye, everybody. Ciao, ciao for now. Bye.